So, what's up, YouTube? I'm gonna start my channel again for the second time, and I'm gonna start some video game coverage of new releases, handhelds, platforming, all of it. Anime, comics, do just about anything. However, today the topic is going to be one very special thing to me, and this one thing started an amazing thing in my life. It was the very first Pokemon game I ever played, Sapphire, and they are now releasing Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby for the 3DS, which I have a 3DS, and most people do. And if you've played X and Y, you know how great the new 3D engine is for Pokemon. I mean, especially with so many concepts we can have in Ruby and Sapphire now. Like, it's amazing. Like, I don't know, if you wanted to take Swampert, for example, because Blaziken got his little Mega Evolution, and give it Mega Evolution Impish with Sap Sipper. Oh my god. Think of that for a moment. Just moment of silence to think. You wouldn't lose. It takes away its 4 times weakness because grass types wouldn't affect it. I mean, there's so much potential here. Personally, the little trailer we got Saturday, Groudon's got drought, as we all knew probably we assumed would be his ability, and Kyogre has Drizzle, and Drizzle is its main ability as well. However, one question I have is, our Gold and Soul Silver incorporated part of Crystal storyline, which was chasing Suicune all over the fucking place, and it was ridiculous. Will they incorporate Rayquaza into the Groudon Kyogre storyline in any way, form, or fashion? Like, or will they make an Emerald remake after Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Gamma Emerald, since Gamma is pretty much almost always colored green, Hulk is Gamma Radiation. I don't know. I think that an Emerald remake is possible, unlikely, but possible, because they could just tie that storyline into Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I think that would be great. I think that would be awesome. Personally, some Mega Evolutions I would like to see. I've got 3 right now, top of my head. One is Whiscash, Claydol, and Metagross. I say Metagross only because Steven Stone. Alright, Steven Stone. His father and him are both obsessed with rare stones. So why not give the guy who's obsessed with stone Mega Stones? And that might be how you acquire them randomly throughout the game. He'll ring you up on the Pokénav and be, hey, buddy, we got you some Mega Stones here. And you go buy them, or you battle him, and if you win, he gives you the Mega Stone. I don't know, maybe. The reason I want Claydol and Whiscash, though, a lot of people, when I talk to them about it, they don't understand it. Those 2 Pokemon are so underused, in my opinion. Whiscash isn't a bad Pokemon to begin with. Its HP stat is its highest, and the rest of its stats are fairly balanced. I mean, it's got equal stats all the way down, except for HP, which is 1 notch above. So if you Mega Evolve Whiscash, give it higher defense, and its HP is already fine. Don't touch HP. Give it better defense, a special attack or something like that. Claydol, make it. If you follow my Instagram, I entered the ShoeTube's Pokemon Day show contest to draw Mega Evolutions. And I just sitting outside today, I decided I was going to doodle a quick Mega Evolution for Claydol, and I gave it like samurai armor and made it a steel psychic type. Now, one person said it looked beast. However, they wouldn't keep any of its original typing, and if they were going to make a Mega Evolution for Claydol, they're going to have to keep either ground or psychic. They can't take it away. He said steel fighting type. You can't do that. Game Freak wouldn't do that, because they're not going to take away the original typing completely from Pokemon just because it Mega Evolves. No, they're going to keep one of them, and if it's going to have to pick one, I say that if Claydol Mega Evolves, it's keeping Psychic, not Ground, because it levitates. It's not, unless it grows legs. If it Mega Evolves and it gets legs, Levitate is out of the question. It might not be Psychic, it'll retain Ground. But, if you want to hit me up on Instagram, Instagram is at IEscapedArkham. I'll put it down in the description below. I have so many hopes for this game. I really do. So many rumors that came out about this game. I want the Legendary Beasts to be in it. Depending on whichever starter you pick, which is always as it is. Probably going to pick Mudkip. Torchic, Trico, you guys are great, but Mudkip was Mudkip. So, if you pick Mudkip, that's the water type. What are you going to get? Entei? Pretty sure you get Entei. Yeah, you get Entei. And another thing that people are saying, in Emerald, you could get a Johto starter after you beat the Elite Four if you completed the Hoenn Pokedex. Are they going to bring that over again? And if they bring that over, and if they want to cop out, just because Blaziken got a Mega Evolution, and King Nappy talked about this in his Alpha Omega coverage, would Swampert and Sceptile get Mega Evolutions? Not necessarily, unless Game Freak's just like, well, we gave Blaziken one, so now we've got to give Sceptile, and we've got to give Swampert one. Sceptile, I don't really want it to get a Mega Evolution. Sceptile's a cool Pokemon. Great design. But I never had any emotional attachment to it. I almost never chose Trico. Like, ever. I only did it after I beat the games, just so I could experience the game with Trico. And, to be honest, it wasn't the greatest Pokemon. I usually choose Torchic or Mudkip. I mean, if I have to choose any of them, I'm not choosing Trico to begin with. So, if they give Swampert one, of course they're going to have to give... Well, no. Because if you get a hidden ability Swampert with Sap Sipper, unless they make freaking Sceptile a dual type after it Mega Evolves, because it's the only one that retains a single type through all of its evolutions. Unless they give it a dual type after it Mega Evolves, then it's pretty much ineffective against Swampert. So, I mean, Swampert, I could see getting one. Blaziken, we're not going to touch on him. He's overpowered. Speed boost with the Mega Stone is not a fair fight. Whenever I'm on Wi-Fi battles and I see someone has a Mega Blaziken on X and Y, I know that I'm not going to win. Because my Deoxys is great, but a speed boost friggin' Mega Blaziken will kick its ass. Shiny Deoxys, I love you, but you're not competitively made for that. Sharpedo and Camerupt are two that a lot of people say are going to get Mega Evolutions. I believe it. Because Maxie's got Camerupt, Mightyena, and Crobat, and Archie's got Mightyena, Crobat, and Sharpedo. So their two aces in the holes would be definitely getting Mega Evolutions. Since Lysander got one with Gyarados. And the thing comes, Sharpedo is a Water Dark type. So I see, if it Mega Evolves, it's already a Torpedo. Make it a Water Steel type, spice it up with some armor or something. And I'm not too big on the Steel types. I'm not a big fan of Steel Pokemon. I actually do like the Dark types, so that would take away from Sharpedo's appeal to me a little bit. With what's his face, Camerupt, he's a Fire Ground type already, and I think that combination is fine for its Mega Evolution. As for Sharpedo, though, I definitely think that since it's a Torpedo, Steel should be incorporated into its design. Oh, lost my headphone. Because there's only one other Water Steel type, right? I'm pretty sure there's only one other Water Steel type, and that's Empoleon, which is a badass Pokemon. One of my favorite Pokemon of all time is Empoleon. But I definitely feel that a Mega Evolution for those two is coming on. And if they get one, then unless Game Freak bitches out and gives Steven a Mega Aggron, because he already has an Aggron on his team, then we'll definitely probably see a Mega Metagross. And I would love that. Probably randomly now, I've said that probably before already. Things that I don't necessarily want to see come back. The stupid goggles for the desert. I didn't find those relevant. And go in the desert. You didn't need them in black and white, so why would you need them in Ruby and Sapphire? It made it, you could get an advantage over the fire gym if you didn't have any ground types to begin with, or a water type, which kind of is insensible if you don't have a water type before the fire gym. I mean, Wingull is easily accessible before, and so is Marl, and if you get the old rod, there's Magikarp, which you could evolve into Gyarados very easily soon on. Level 20 is when it evolves, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, you can get a Trapinch, go out, and a Baltoy. Baltoy is accessible in that desert too. And you could get the fossils, Anorith, and Cradilly. Now that's another thing I want to touch on. In Ruby and Sapphire, you could only pick one. In Emerald, you could go get the other one after the game was over. But in Ruby and Sapphire, you could only get one. Are they going to do that same thing again for Ruby and Sapphire? Omega? And Alpha? Or are they going to simply, make it where you can get both, but you have to wait till after the game to get the other one like you did in Emerald? I think that would be nice because, yeah, fossils are pretty easy to obtain in X and Y. And you go into the Glimmering?